It's a dark day for the United States of America. Just a few minutes back, their Supreme Court announced a historic verdict. Historic and barbaric. They struck down Roe v Wade. In one stroke, 36 million women lost their abortion rights. The right to choose what happens to their own body. The verdict has been met with protests. These are the scenes outside the US Supreme Court. Hundreds of women have gathered to protest the verdict. They have been camping there for days. And you know what the sad part is? They knew this decision was coming. A leaked court draft indicated the court would do exactly this, that Roe v Wade would be struck down, yet these women turned up. They hoped for justice until the last moment. But the top court of America has failed them. And why just the court? The politicians of the United States have failed them. Roe v Wade was passed way back in the year 1973. It's been almost 50 years. 5-0. The US Congress could have codified it any time. They could have turned this court verdict into law, but American politicians failed to do it. They had the time to fight wars. They had time to invade countries, but they did not have time to protect the rights of American women. And the result is this. A conservative court today has overturned decades of progress. The new verdict was passed by a 6-3 majority. I have a copy of that majority judgment with me. This is what it says. Abortion presents a profound moral issue on which Americans hold sharply conflicting views. The Constitution does not prohibit the citizens of each state from regulating or prohibiting abortion. They're talking about the Constitution, the book of laws. Laws are supposed to protect the citizens of a country. Who exactly is this law protecting? Nobody. Instead, it is taking away the basic human rights of 36 million women. That is the next step. This ruling opens the floodgates for US states. Abortion will become illegal in at least half of the country. They will either be banned outright or there will be stricter controls. And remember where this is happening, in the so-called land of freedom, in the country that lectures others on human rights. Let me tell you what fate awaits American women. 1 in 4 of them, 1 in 4, get an abortion at some point in their lives. 1 in 4 American women, and most of them are unmarried. After this verdict, they will not be able to get an abortion. Legal abortions could fall by 14%. And you know what happens when you ban something? Illegal procedures start popping up, which means more health risks, more expenses. And all this for what? A basic human right. Since the last century, only 3 countries have tightened their abortion laws. Just 3 countries in the whole world: Poland, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. Today, the United States of America has joined that list. And let's be clear about one thing. This has nothing to do with public opinion. Most Americans are still in favor of abortion. Opinion polls say around 60 to 70%. They favor abortion. Only a minority opposes abortion rights, but in this case, it was a powerful minority. Chances are that minority will now dictate women's rights in the US because things are unlikely to get better soon. The Congress can still pass laws to legalize abortion, but for that you need bipartisan support. You need Republicans and Democrats to join hands, and that is not happening. Most Republicans are so-called pro-life. They oppose any move to legalize abortion. So where does that leave American women? In a state of desperation, they may have to travel long distances to get an abortion or depend on shady and illegal procedures, all because the top court of their land put religion over rights. They put politics over principles and appeasement over human rights. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.